NFL free agency could feature plenty of quarterbacks on the move. With the NFL season wrapped up, attention will quickly turn to the offseason, most notably free agency and the draft. It's expected that the coming months will feature great turnover at quarterback throughout the league. As many as 8 teams, or possibly more, could find themselves in the market for a new starting passer. Fortunately for those organizations, the free agent market could boast a wide range of options. Here's a look at the top quarterbacks who could become available and the teams that might pursue them once free agency kicks off in March. Kirk Cousins. The Redskins finally decided to end this saga by trading for Alex Smith and striking a 4-year contract extension with him. Cousins, who played on the franchise tag in each of the last 2 seasons, essentially is the top quarterback on the market. The only catch in all this would be if Washington decides to franchise tag him so they can try to receive some compensation in a trade. There has been some discussion internally about such a move. People familiar with the situation confirmed to USA Today Sports. The people spoke on condition of anonymity because the situation was not yet resolved. That could lead to a rather complicated standoff, which is typical for the Redskins. In addition to posting 3 consecutive seasons with more than 4,000 yards, Cousins has ranked among the top 10 in the league in touchdowns and completion percentage. Despite his limited team success, 24-23-1 as a starter and 0-1 in the postseason in 3 years, and struggles in late-game situations, Cousins will have plenty of suitors. The Jets badly want him, as do the Broncos. But he could also draw substantial interest from playoff teams, including potentially the Jaguars, Vikings and Bills. The Browns and Cardinals also rank among the QB-needy teams. More, Kirk Cousins landing spots, 7 likeliest teams for QB after Redskins Alex Smith trade. More, 10 biggest questions for the 2018 NFL offseason. Drew Brees. The 39-year-old still has plenty left, and the shift in New Orleans' offense toward the running back tandem of Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara helped ease pressure on the passing game in 2017. Brees completed a career-high 72% of his passes for 4,334 yards, 23 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions. It's hard to envision Brees winding up anywhere but New Orleans, mainly because he's on record saying he intends to re-sign there. That stance could hurt his leverage, but the Saints still must provide a substantial offer. Because of a provision in his contract, the Saints can't use the franchise tag on Brees, who played 2017 on a 1-year, $24.25 million extension. Could talks unravel and prompt an unexpected departure? Never say never, but all signs point to him remaining in the black and gold. But because of his age, it's unclear whether likely return would come via another 1-year deal or a multi-year contract. Jimmy Garoppolo. The San Francisco 49ers swung a mid-season trade with the Patriots for Garoppolo, and Tom Brady's former backup wound up going 5-0 as a starter. The 49ers are optimistic that they can get a deal done, though the team could wind up using the franchise tag to prevent him from hitting the open market. Case Keenum. The Vikings face quite the decision on their hands with Keenum, Sam Bradford and Teddy Bridgewater all set to hit free agency. Minnesota has to think long and hard about moving on from Keenum, who stepped in for an injured Sam Bradford and went 11-3 as a starter while passing for 3,547 yards, 22 touchdowns and 7 interceptions while leading the team to the NFC Championship game. It makes sense to re-sign the durable and reliable veteran to build on 2017's success. But with so many teams in need of a quarterback, Minnesota could draw competition for his services. Sam Bradford. When healthy, Bradford is a very good quarterback. In 2016, he set the record for pass completion percentage, 71.6. But he has been plagued by injuries throughout his career. He was 2-0 as a starter this year before a knee injury derailed his season. The Vikings brought him back for the playoffs, but only as a backup to Keenum. Now entering his 8th season, Bradford has just 2 16-game campaigns to his name. Whoever signs him needs a quality backup as insurance. Teddy Bridgewater. The third Vikings quarterback flashed great promise in 2015 when he led Minnesota to an 11-5 record and a playoff appearance in just his second year. But he suffered a devastating knee injury in Augusta 2016 that sidelined him for more than a year. Bridgewater finally returned to action late this season but served as Keenum's backup. Durability is an issue, but Bridgewater's talent is undeniable, and he should have options this offseason. More, Patriots' 5 biggest off-season issues. Uncertainty reigns in New England. More, Eagles' off-season issues. When will Carson Wentz be back in action? Tyrod Taylor. Taylor posted an 8-6 record as a starter in 2017 and helped the Bills reach the playoffs. But he's limited, managing just 2,799 passing yards and 14 touchdown passes. In all likelihood, Buffalo will try to upgrade here. Taylor obviously wants to go somewhere he can start, and he rejected the notion of taking a pay cut. But he might have to wait until the top quarterbacks are off the market before he finds his new home. A.J. McCarron. Andy Dalton's backup is viewed as a talented young quarterback who has the potential to develop into a quality starter. The Browns tried to trade for him this season, but the deal was voided in a paperwork snafu. Somewhat like Garoppolo, McCarron is highly regarded despite a very limited resume with just 3 starts. In 2015, he went 2-1 as a starter while completing 66.4% of his passes while throwing 6 touchdown passes and 2 interceptions. Colin Kaepernick. Will his exile finally end? Teams will deny collusion accusations, but it's hard to write off him remaining unsigned in 2017 after he protested social injustices by kneeling during the national anthem the previous season. His game still needs some refining, but the talent is there. Kaepernick has a sterling resume and even performed admirably amid San Francisco's difficult seasons in 2015 and 16. He also owns a 4-2 playoff record, which is better than every other quarterback on this list outside Breeze. Others: Jay Cutler, Geno Smith, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Matt Moore, Drew Stanton, Derek Henderson, Josh McCown, Tom Savage, Blaine Gabbert, E.J. Manuel, Robert Griffin III, Brock Osweiler, Brandon Whedon, Chase Daniel. Follow Mike Jones on Twitter @ByMikeJones. Photos: NFL post Super Bowl Power Rankings.